This week on Pardon My Garden.
The garden has just been so awful.
What are we going to do?
I'm thinking pergola.
I don't like putting plants and stuffing them into the corners.
Get over it.
You happy?
No, are you happy?
Why are we doing that?
You have to be a little bit flexible at times.
We can't, Joanne, because it won't fit.
I want it to be a really straight edge, Jeff.
Haven't
Stage
seen you
out of the way.
working too hard.
No, I've got beads of sweat right here.
I guess what we're hoping is that this will actually bring you and your family outside.
You know what? We just haven't been able to use our backyard because there's been nothing out there. It's just been grass and weeds and fence and nowhere to put a table. We really haven't been using it.
Carolyn, I'm so glad that you asked me to come out to see your place. What can I do for you and why am I here?
Oh, I'm just so glad you're here. I really need your help. We've just moved into this house and I love to live outside. And the yard is just grass. I don't know what to do with it and I'm not comfortable out there.
You're looking for a space that you can be with your family, that you can spend time and eat and dine and relax and enjoy and not be a slave to your yard either.
That's perfect.
We'll do
like that. Thank you. Yes. It would be so much nicer if I could come out and have a place that actually felt comfortable and had a table. And that's what they're going to do for me. And I'm just really looking forward to it.
The homeowner wants us to do a living space that is for dining, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Let's start from the ground up. Mm-hmm. What would be a good surface for us to put as a base for the table to be on?
I'm a big advocate of paving stone. And maybe putting sod in between.
Growing
Have you seen that done?
Yeah.
Like it looks
It
so
softens it.
good.
The sod is a living material, so it
little
gives
bit
it
upkeep.
a little bit more upkeep, but more organic looking as well.
We can bring in a little area off to the side to have a drink before dinner.
I'm thinking Italian courtyard right now. I think we're going to get a nice dining room in here, creating a room using a pergola. We're going to use some old world kind of rustic stones on the grounds, just dress it up with some really nice plant material and some finishing touches. Should be good.
I think we've got a good space that we're working in, and we don't want this project to have little tiny things all over the place.
I really think that it's the finishing touches and it's the outdoor decor that really finishes off the space. I think I'm fairly important to this whole process and bringing it together. We want it to be bold.
There's no reason for anybody to be in the yard the way it was existing.
Yes.
Because there's nothing in the yard. There's no plants, there's no
nothing.
vegetables, there's no entertainment area, and so that's all going to change as of today.
The plan of attack today is to start by taking all of the sod out, getting a nice level ground, making sure that the grading is proper so that when the patio is laid, you actually have the proper drainage and you're having water flowing away from the foundation of the house. That's going to be the key, and that's actually a lot of times where everything should start.
A sod cutter is definitely a gardener's best friend when it comes to taking the sod out, because the days of using a shovel should be long gone.
I know, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah.
And make sure you get the power one.
Make sure you get the power one with a power person behind it, because if you're a slight person, it's going to be hard to hold on to that thing. People that often are doing their own work are weekend warriors. We race out to get everything done on the weekend, but it's often achievable if you take the time and think about the process of how you're going to do it. That's what we've done here. We're going to think about the process, work through the process, and come up with a beautiful product at the end of it.
That's good. So you guys want the pathway starting here?
We got to respect that it is a little bit of a geometric pattern, so I don't know how much cutting we want to do. That's the only thing I would say.
I'm going to get a shovel because we also have a nice little bleeding heart that doesn't have to be underneath the step there, but we can dig that out. But that looks good.
And to think I was just going to chop it down. It's yellow. It's yellow, Jeff.
I know, but
Just get over it.
This is a big day. This is really a big day. There's people everywhere and things are happening and we've got a day to do it. And Holy smokes, this is really exciting. This is really something.
To get that old world feel and charm that I wanted for this outdoor dining space, I'm bringing in some very natural and organic materials, like we have the wicker happening and the old world feel of this. Isn't this perfect? Time-worn bowl, new but looks old. We have some clay pottery that still has clean lines. And what that does is when we mix the clean lines and the newer pieces with the old and the rustic, we end up with a more eclectic and unexpected look. We have this resin wicker chair here. Great way to get the old world wicker feeling, but this isn't real wicker. This is great. This is gonna withstand the outdoor elements for us.
Right now we're creating a curve, but if we do the third one, then we're getting more of a straight in.
Carolyn, we have to look at this situation because this is an area that you're going to have to walk in.
Okay.
And you want to make sure that the steps that are being placed are comfortable steps for you to take. Here's your tray of food, and you're coming down here, and I want you to, just the way you would walk.
Not a funny way, just my normal way.
Just the way you would walk.
I walk through the garden?
Just walking my plants,
I'm walking on these. Okay.
Come in again.
Okay.
Good. Does that
You
feel
happy?
comfortable?
That
No,
feel-
are you happy?
I'm happy,
Do you feel
yes.
comfortable
Yeah.
walking in like that?
I think so.
We found these beautiful, that look like old barrels, dark bronze containers that we want to integrate in addition to this fountain, but it also integrates that sound of the water that we want for the ambiance. More lanterns, large ones that can be set on the ground. We really want to bring in the layering of lighting and give it that old look, like we're entertaining outside in an old forgotten world.
I'm just wanting to make sort of a group decision and make sure that this is going to be.
Can you guys make this all work?
Well, this is definitely our focal point right here because I think
You want them to stop at my beautiful
at
table.
your beautiful table.
Which doesn't look like much now,
and-
but just
well,
wait
and-
till it's
and-
done.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay, we're good to go?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
All in?
It's good to have a plan, but sometimes it doesn't mean that you have to be married to that plan and stick to that plan because
I agree.
you have to be a little bit flexible at times. We're shoveling gravel in here right now, and we're not going to cement this at all, are we?
Nope, what we're doing is we're using washed rock. And what it is, you get a 99% compaction with washed rock without using concrete. And what it does is it enables drainage around the posts. It's gonna hold it nice and tight, and it's perfect. And you don't have to wait for the concrete to cure.
Right.
You're ready to go right away.
Do I have to wait on this at all? Do I have to tamp it down?
No, we're just gonna push it in around the edges, and then we're set to go. Nice and level
Perfect.
that way, and we're gonna go on this side as well, and we're rock on.
All right.
There we go.
Good. Looks great. No,
Let's see.
it's too upright, and this is upright. You've got a lot of different leaf texture there, and you've got leaf texture here. Put them on the ground, and we'll have a look at them. Bingo. Picks up the color there.
Yep. They all look to me to be perennials. I would normally be putting annuals in pots. I don't know what to do with perennials when I put them in pots. Why are we doing that?
Perennials are great to put in containers. The reason being is because you can keep them over year after year. They look fantastic well into the autumn. They're plants that are renewable. And what we want to do is use these plants over year after year after year.
Okay.
It's good. It has to be the front one.
Well, I think the design's already done because it won't fit.
No, I
If you go
know.
to 3, you can't do any more, then we can't change our spacings.
Yeah, we're running into a couple of glitches here and there, but for the most part, we're still on track, and it's looking good. And the pergola looks square now, and it's good.
And once you're inside the pergola, we'll switch to 5.
Okay.
We've got to put up this fabric because it's an inexpensive way to hide all of the stuff that gets shoved underneath the deck that people don't want to see.
I want it to be a really straight edge, Jeff.
The blocks are going down. It's going well. It's just getting that right geometric pattern that's going to work for everything and work for the dining room table.
We're gonna go out there probably 2 more, Jeff.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go a couple more there.
Okay, good.
What do you think?
I like it. It's It's looking like it's a place that you'd want to spend some time now and sit. It's looking quite promising. I'm happy and I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing. The pergola is up, well, partially. We still have the floating ceiling to go into the pergola. So I'm excited because after we get to this point, we're going to move on to the planting plan, and then you're really going to see the project pulled together.
I haven't seen you working too hard.
No, I've got beads of sweat right here, look. Look.
Oh, there you go, proof positive.
I'm sweating.
I kind of like it that way.
I do too.
If we're going to change anything that is major, which this is major.
Yeah, it looks like a diamond.
And so she gives a nod, so we can go ahead with that.
Okay.
We're ready to start planting now, and the boys are going to start filling in here with loam and get ready for sod.
Start placing some things. It's important when days are hot to make sure that you group your plants all together, because that actually will keep the atmosphere and the temperature cooler around the plants as they photosynthesize. You know, they have the... It's good. Thanks, Carolyn. All right. I don't like putting plants and stuffing them into the corners. Bring the plants out a little bit further, and then your eye doesn't get stuck looking into the corner.
Now that we've placed a couple of plants in there, we're really getting that sense of seclusion and that feeling of intimacy like you get in a dining room.
Should we plant in ones, twos, or groups of threes?
I know, Catherine's taught me that. Groups of threes.
Why?
I have no idea.
One says it's a standalone. Two has a sense of formality. Three returns to the informal look, and plus it's easier to maintain with three of the same plants than one of this, one of that, and one of this. That's perfect.
Bring this table into this beautiful space you created. You're artistic. Wow, I'm really happy with the way this came together. It's gorgeous. We have the pergola, and it just sets the room. But then we have the palette. We have the organic materials of the cotton and the wood and the wicker and the varying shades of cream and warm brown. But then we've popped it with this red that we brought in on the table and the various elements. The wicker of the basket, and then it's repeated again in the resin of the chairs. We've even integrated like a little wooden old wine box. And you know, tablescaping is great, and by elevating certain elements creates that layering effect on your table, which really sets it up nicely and gives that abundance, like you have a real abundant feeling with this table when you see it. And if it gets a little chilly, let's have a throw. Why not bring in a color coordinated throw that goes with your color scheme? I really would like to go get the homeowner and see what she thinks about it.
Now you got a true garden room.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal. Hey. Like this when it all comes together. I love it.
Yeah, love it when a plan comes together.
I can't even remember what it looked like. Just feels so comfortable and lush and beautiful.
So I guess what we're hoping is that this will actually bring you and your family outside. And do you feel now that you see it all dressed up that you guys will actually come out and enjoy your space?
Oh, we're just going to live out here. It's beautiful.
It was such a pleasure to do it for you because you're a remarkable woman and you deserve it. And you and your family should have a wonderful time here.
Well, it's special. It's wonderful.
And I know you were really passionate about having that dining al fresco and feeling like you had that old world rustic. So we have a little bit of contemporary new items in here, but do you still feel you got that feeling that you wanted?
Yeah, it's just so comfortable and so lovely. And yes, the old world feel. It is definitely got that. I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, well, let's have that party.
Sounds good to me.
Let's party. I think we've shown by doing a project like this that people at home can do the same things that we've done today with a little bit of patience and a little bit of elbow grease. You're going to have a whole lot of success. Client Carolyn was thrilled with what happened, and the day overall was a success, and I can't wait to do this again.